we'll open the public hearing of the Bakersfield Planning Commission at 7:07 p.m. This is October 16, 2023, and we'll start with introductions. I'm Bill Irwin, the chair of the Planning Commission.
Ken Carter.
Nikki Cribb. Tammy Brennan.
Is there anyone on the internet listening to Bakersfield Planning?
There's only two. You've got two screens of that camera and actually no one's doing it.
Gotcha.
Heather.
Okay.
Third image.
All right. So I would like to make an adjustment to tonight's agenda, and that would be to move Emily's presentation to after the hearings. Since it looks like both parties are here, we can get them done.
Sounds good.
All right, so we'll move.
So,
Yep.
Marcel's not gonna happen tonight. Marcel Parent.
We can open it if it's been warm and speak to it. We can open it if it's been warned, and I can just speak to it and ask the board for a continuance to a time.
Okay. Next month or whatever.
All right, so we'll leave it as it is then, and just move the discussion of the town plan revision to after the Marcel Parent planned unit development. All right. And that then has the rest of the agenda, the Woods Crawford subdivision, the Marcel Parent plan unit development, the town plan revision discussion, public comment, review of August 21, 2023 minutes, zoning administrator report, scheduling for the November meeting, and adjournment. We'll then proceed with what we hope may be a final hearing for the Woods Crawford subdivision.
Also the change from the August minutes to the September 19 minutes.
Oh, so yeah, that should not be August 21, that should be September 18. Right, very good. And let me just ask if everybody could put your name and signature here. We'll go around that way, you'll get it last and
Okay.
cool. We want to send it over there. All right. If you don't mind introducing yourself when you present, that'd be great.
I'm Mike Jarvis. I'm the surveyor and designer for this project. I'm gonna pass you guys out the revised plans. One for each of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's- you guys have a pen I can borrow?
Right there. Okay, so if everybody remembers, this was presented to us and approved in a different form as a preliminary sketch. And as we saw that time, there were a number of points on the land boundary or boundaries that were still not set. And we asked for electric and then contour lines. That all looks like it's been provided for us.
Yeah, So we put in the electric lines, the approximate locations based off the 300 foot that the utility lines usually like to go for the utility poles. The actual locations obviously is gonna be determined when the utility comes through. And as well as if you look at the note that I have on the side, the tree trimming and easement, on the bottom left corner. There's a note there pointing to the proposed utility poles. So basically, they're gonna determine the width and they're gonna center it on the poles. So when the lines are constructed, the easement deed that Adam gives to the utility so they can maintain and service the lines is gonna be what sets that easement. So I can't really show it on here. If I do, it's just a cartoon.
Mhm.
Because it's gonna be adjusted with what they require. Traditionally, they usually say a 20 foot tree trimming. Maybe they'll go a little bit wider if they want something more, but it's usually for the service lines, it's just a 20 foot or 40 foot.
Does that easement go with the deed for the new place or who, or?
That's correct. So when the utility lines go in, they will need an easement from Adam to cross his line to
Yeah.
that new lot. So
Mm.
they will write one up with the deed for that new lot.
Okay,
Which is so they can go in and.
Right, so they can
take
go
care of
in.
Their equipment.
Exactly.
you gonna have to move your shop a little bit or?
I already got it under now.
Yeah, no, so if you look, I left the shop's on there.
Yeah,
So I'm basically following the right of way of the road up because they have a blanket easement over the town's right of ways anyway.
uh-huh.
So they're probably gonna wanna follow along that, so their utility trucks don't have to go in. And then once we get onto the lot, we're proposing underground up to the structures.
Mhm.
Which that won't require an easement. Contours are on there, they're all over the place because it's kind of a flat area up there, so the lines kind of run, it's not like a steady slope where you see over on these sides where you can see the contours. They're kind of mangled just because it's flat, so they kind of just run around a little.
Mhm.
High rises and, not high rises, but rises and falls.
No wetlands.
There's no wetlands in the front area, in the back area, there may be, but there was no mapped wetlands. I know when I walked it, there's a possibility for wetlands back there, but nothing that's,
And depending when you walked, a lot of
oh, this year has been,
wetlands.
this year has been very wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no wetlands in the area of construction at all.
No, this is sort of a general. The underground there, will that go under the driveway or?
It may or may not,
Mhm.
I'm not exactly sure. It's gonna depend on what's the straight run, but if it goes under the driveway, it's, it's gonna
Yeah,
have to be a few feet deep. just
Yeah,
For frost reasons, but, yeah, they do sometimes run under the
Right.
driveways.
just a
Yep.
question.
No, I threw a straight line in
Uh-huh.
to the approximate location of where the actual structure is gonna go. What actually gets constructed
Right.
is gonna be slightly different depending on if they hit ledge or, have to move the structure or driveway.
When they hit that.
Correct.
Yeah, I saw you, I went by there the other day, I saw you've got some road in there now, is that the finished one or finished driveway now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's plenty of ledge there.
Yeah.
So the septic area is proposed mound? Or-
It is a proposed mound, yes. Yeah. So we're doing an Elgin gravity-based mound. So because there's ledge there, we're not gonna be able to go deep with our pipes. So normally we do a pressurized pipe and come up to the mound. In this case, we're gonna run across the ledge and they're gonna fill over the pipe. So there'll be gravity in there and then they have a special mat film. It creates a biomat and helps break down the solids that come into the mound. There should be little solids, but there always is.
Mhm.
So it basically is like an area for the bacteria to grow, break everything down, then it settles into the sand before it gets to the water table.
So you don't need any electricity?
No, exactly.
Nice. That's good. I like that.
So they don't need a replacement
Nope.
site?
No,
Just for
no,
you to-
mound,
I do, yeah.
Yes,
Hmm.
so we have a
See that.
replacement.
Yeah, I see that one. I was just curious about the other one.
Yeah, I think it
So
was
what's the-
2007, they changed the rules, so if you have a pressurized in-ground system, that's 150% of required, or if you have a mound system, you don't need a backup area, because if the mound system fails, we rebuild right in the same spot.
Mm.
We take off what's failed
Mm-hmm.
down till we get to the good sand, because usually it's right around the stone or biomat. And that gets saturated and it just creates a pool. So the water definitely can't get through, so it comes up the top, and then you get your failure.
Hmm.
So we would take that out, we rebuild in that place. We do have to get a new state permit when we do that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's, we don't move it to a new area.
Theoretically, can those mound systems go forever or?
No.
No.
Typically, you're expecting 25 to 35-year lifespan
Mhm.
on regular use with full capacity.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody. So this is designed, I believe, for 4 bedrooms, or no, sorry, 2 bedrooms, one in each place. So theoretically, if one person were living there or 2 people and they're really conservative with the water,
Mm-hmm.
it could go forever.
Mhm.
Because when the biomass starts building, the bacteria can break that down,
Mm-hmm.
but you gotta take the water away and give it time to.
Right.
So if you're only using, say, 50 gallons a day instead of 280,
Mhm.
it could go
Last
forever.
longer, yeah. Interesting.
So you have to get a whole new wastewater permit to put a new one in, not an exemption? To do it.
To replace a failed system? Yes.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, so we have to go to the state, explain what we determined it failed from. And then they'll say, yes, this new design works, or we want to see you put something completely different in.
Okay, that's good to see.
Well, the only is. What is the road frontage on there? I mean, I don't actually see it on the.
275.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, so we got a tie
Oh,
line
yeah.
from A to B is 275.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, all right. This looks good to me. Anyone have any questions or? I move we accept this as final.
That's definite.
Does anybody else want to look at this package for the? Who put this together?
That was called Becca.
Very good. So we have a motion to accept as a final plat. And a second, and that was Ken. And is it Tammy or Kenny? Okay. And is there any further discussion? As usual, good job.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing this. I was kind of looking at it and thinking, gee. Probably could have said you could bring the Mylar with you. You just never know. Did you? Oh, my gosh.
He's been around.
Yeah, right.
So here's a minor in case you guys
There you go.
did accept it.
Well, we should vote for,
Yeah.
and there is a pen here.
Do you have do you need?
Let's not jump to conclusions here. We could have a serious disagreement.
Do you want to have it for that though?
No, it's a highlighter.
Oh, okay.
We need a little stamp thing there, but we.
Yeah, we will need that. All right, so without further discussions, all in favor, please say aye.
Alright,
Any opposed, say nay. And any abstentions, still don't see anybody on, so it passes 4-0. Great, so we will sign this and, then you have. It'll be in the town hall. So nice,
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen. And
Well,
Yes.
go home and watch it now. If you want, and go home and watch it later. Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna talk to the Marcel parent,
Yeah, I'll talk briefly to that as well.
okay, so we'll move right into that. And you wanna It's been a while since this came up.
Yeah.
It might be useful to.
Yeah.
Go through the whole thing. a little bit.
We'll keep it short tonight. There were some miscommunications between Brenda and my office. Our understanding was she had to push it to the November meeting. So I didn't come with the plans, although we have them done and ready to go. So I'm gonna ask the board to continue this to the next hearing in November. And I apologize. I, would have liked to wrap this up myself. I don't want to go into detail on the subdivision because I've already asked people to leave, that I told them that things
Right.
weren't gonna be happening, so I don't think it's proper for me to discuss it more than just outside of the board.
Sure.
I don't want to present to the board something that I don't give the public a chance to review.
Very good.
That's good. Yeah, so you're just asking for a continuance?
Yes,
And so we should talk about the
The date.
date of the
Yes.
next meeting. Despite having warned it for tonight, we would still need to warn it for the next meeting. So that means we really ought to go to
But isn't
later
is
in
that
November.
Thanksgiving week? That's what I'm wondering.
Unfortunately, I think
I
it may
think,
be,
I
Although
think if
Monday
you-
on Thanksgiving
I think
week
if you
might
look
not
at the
be.
regulations, you can continue to a date certain at a warned meeting and not have to go through the full
Oh, warning.
warning.
Yeah. That's why you want to continue it, I'm assuming,
In
yeah.
the paper?
Correct. But check on that. I've heard that from others, but I'm not a professional and I've never been a zoning administrator, so I'm just throwing that out
I've
there. I
not
think
seen that in the
you should
zoning
date.
bylaws. Do you remember that? I can grab a copy.
I don't know if it's the zoning. I think it's actually just a matter of administrative law.
Right.
I mean, if it's not easy-
State statute, yeah.
Yeah, so it would be for all meetings, and looks like we have someone in the audience who might be able to.
John, did you look
I
it up?
just comment on the date, if you're gonna have the meeting on the first Monday of November, that's November sixth, that's like, 20-something days away. Keep in mind, 2 weeks from now is October 30th. So you're gonna aim, we'll say 14, call it Tuesday, be safe, 14th day. You're 19 days away, which I think is well within the parameters of,
Warning.
notification.
We can do both warning and continue
Right,
with the time is really your point.
correct.
So are there any reasons that we cannot meet on November 6th? That would be the first Monday.
Okay. I guess not.
Me, I got nothing going on.
I'm probably gonna have to warn this though, and I'm leaving for moose hunting.
Well, can you look into what Michael said about
Yeah, I
not having to?
You can
warn it
verify
potentially?
that.
I just
is-
didn't see that anywhere when I was looking at the regulations for warning.
It
But
wouldn't
but I was
surprise me that.
looking at the
Mike
zoning.
knows what he's
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
look in
Yeah.
the state, if you can look in the.
It makes
state.
sense that once
It'd be
you've
a whole
warned
lot
it,
easier, less expensive too,
Yeah,
to have to do that.
yeah, I would start there and then,
All right.
so you
I'll
had
look
a
into that.
special descriptor of the continuance. It was
Yeah,
a-
it's a continuance to a date
to
certain.
a date certain.
For date
Right, so
certain.
basically in your minutes tonight, you will specify the date that we're coming back for the hearing. Which is, in my understanding, that serves as the warning for
Okay.
anybody who's notified for this meeting that there's a continuance.
All right, so, would anyone like to make a motion that we continue this hearing to the date certain of 11/6/2023?
I'll make that motion.
And is there a second?
sure,
Yep,
yes,
well, whatever.
second it.
And
And
Ken
that's hearing.
second. And is there any further discussion? Everybody's verified. We can do the meeting that night.
Fine.
I'm good for
Are
sure.
you looking that up?
Okay, that's,
Are you looking that up?
No.
Can you? Can you?
All right.
I can.
That'd be awesome.
What do you want to know?
Want to know the regulations for having a warn a hearing. But this is a
Continuing it.
continuance to a date certain. Put that in, continuance to a date certain as a
oh,
thing,
warrant.
Vermont. Or something, just while you're there.
Right. But again, I think the other point is we could get this noticed. We might need some help in doing so, if we had to warn it even so, but.
Yeah, I could try. to
If
do it
you all are
tomorrow.
willing to make a vote without getting that answer, or do you want to wait for that answer? From John's Google.
Sorry.
I think we can vote either way, can't we? Because
Yeah, we do have time to warn it if
We'll
we.
just-
Yeah.
I'll try to get it out tomorrow,
Okay,
might be early.
so
We all
the
have to.
motion has been made and seconded on continuing to the date certain of 11/6/2023. The Marcel Parent Planned Unit Development that was warned for tonight. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Abstentions. All right, we vote 4-0.
I show Brian how to do it, that's why I figure I'm gonna have to do it.
Actually, it would be his first lesson.
It
I mean,
would be his first lesson.
It'd be
and he'll
good.
pick it.
His first.
Oh, yeah,
He's the
I just have
master.
to show him, I just don't know.
If you need
know,
anything from
see
me,
him
Tammy,
tomorrow.
for that, just let me know.
Okay,
Yeah, it looks like it goes to St. Albans Messenger.
yep,
The Town Hall Library.
yep,
There's a
it just gets posted. Yeah, that
mailed
doesn't.
certified letter. So that has to go to all the abutters too.
Butters,
That's.
See, that makes a
that's-
reason why it
that's
makes
the
sense that the date certain would make sense. I mean, there are things that go on and on and
Right,
on and
right.
on for sometimes months, even years in
You can't warn it
legal
every time.
proceedings.
Can't
You can't
warn
imagine that you have
every
to
single
warn
time.
every single one, especially with notice to abutters.
makes sense to me.
So I'm pretty sure Mike, as usual, knows his stuff, but just in case. And I'll try to Google it before I finish here, so we have the answer, so you know it
Here,
tonight.
it didn't happen.
And if you don't need to do it, you don't have to worry about it. All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah,
ladies.
No one wants to know about.
I do, yeah,
That's not.
yeah.
all right.
And I talked about that.
Oh, really?
In Underhill.
Fast walking?
Well,
Like,
it looked like he was
walking?
Kind of standing by the park there.
Uh-huh.
But I'm sure it was, yeah,
Probably, yeah.
they're under too many tall men.
Yeah, yeah.
Of his
Okay,
age there.
Dennis.
So does he go walking every day?
Yeah, I wouldn't say every day, but yeah, not surprised. He goes down to the post office probably every day.
That if somebody
Okay.
says.
Yeah.
they have no about it,
I'm doing pretty good, yeah. She's
okay. So a letter. a button should go.
81 and 2, so.
Oh,
Yeah, so they.
That's this day and age is not too bad, but yeah, yeah, no, they seem fine.
seems like a really nice town. But I don't be there, you know.
It's changed a lot, but yeah.
Yeah. Well,
What stuff?
Vermont was.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Wasn't really
See you
that-
later, yeah. yeah, call me. I'm selling it now, but I've got plenty right now.
If you can.
Call in the
find it,
next
just
week or
email
two.
me.
You wanna
Print
just
it
align
off
it
and
up.
Stick it in the folder, and I'll also.
10
stick my
pounds, okay,
phone.
no problem.
No problem.
Yeah.
That would be really good to
You
know.
proceed or for eating?
We're gonna, we'll see what you figure.
Okay.
Our average good, but we only have.
Continued hearings.
15.
Yeah, 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 okay, just let me know.
So warned.
Yeah.
See you later.
Right, agenda would be.
Right, right. For the agenda, but not in the paper.
I'll see if I can find something.
That'd be awesome.
Thank you,
Mike.
guys.
I
Thanks, Mike.
appreciate that so
Thank
much.
you.
No,
No returns of-
Is Emily coming tonight? Do you know, or?
So I looked to see if she had. Yeah, I actually confirmed with her last week.
Yeah,
Um. And I just looked in my email to see if she had sent something.
is the office open still, or?
it's not. Do you need it? I think, it might still be. Open that up because I don't know if I think I might go off, it, but I got the key. Right, I got the key.
John, do you know if the Efficiency Vermont people ever showed up?
For the assessment?
Yeah.
No, they haven't. We're still waiting on,
Yeah.
and they haven't contacted. So it's, that's we contacted the regional planning commission. And they want my schedule supposedly for our buildings, but they said they were inundated by every town. They limited it, our buildings to just the 2 buildings. So they had 4, there were like, so many requests.
So did that include the library or not?
Oh, great.
You all want to keep count garages with number 3 and number 4. The library is there. And then we just received a document for the, for technology grants. There's a big thing in the technology department. Tammy sent out to everybody. I got from Katie Buckley. And Tammy beat me to a punch and sent it to everybody. So she was on.
On one time.
All I did.
That's great.
Do you think give her 5 minutes or something? Somebody trying to reach out to this lady?
Yeah.
Was she the only other person on that?
Correct.
Yep. So my brother comes on Wednesday. Oh, you're fun for how long? 2 weeks. Oh, that's awesome.
So I do know that the Northwest Regional Planning Commission was hit by COVID today.
No,
Oh, no.
And I don't remember, but I'm gonna look, see if her name was on that list. Of people.
Let's go back to force. And force, and we've not even been inside for more than a week. Because that was the thing, where you start shutting their windows and their doors.
Yeah.
It's cold, COVID's going to come back.
I might go and get my booster.
Not either.
And my ex-mother-in-law, in an elderly, she's almost 90, she got COVID.
Oh, no.
They told you not to get the booster, right?
There's a debate on that one now, but yeah, it messed my heart up for 2 years.
Yeah.
1.5 years.
I only got risk
Threw my heart over it. The Moderna one.
the Moderna, and that's the one that's out.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I had Pfizer, and then I had 3 Pfizer, and then they gave me the Moderna, and I think I had a Pfizer after that one too. The Moderna one put something in the ER the same day. My heart just went.
we move on to the minutes.
Yeah, so while we wait, I sent her an email, see if she answers. But we could consider the minutes.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Did you find anything out about
So Greta, Dean, Sean, and Peter
Oh.
got it.
Everything that counts courts.
So if you guys want to take a look at those, please do.
Is that the 9-minute meeting?
no?
No, that was the one before.
August one. That's our record.
It's right in one. Nobody's faster.
Yep. Yeah, this one was almost an hour.
I thought that this might be easy to find. This is not
Continuance?
correct.
Yeah, I went looking at it. It's, you may have to call down to the league. Well, now it's email the league, right? And then email
In the portal.
But you're still over 21 days. So
I know. it's
Well,
just
she's got
to get
a
it
trip that
published.
she's
To
trying
get
to,
published, it has to be published 15 days. Messenger publishes on Tuesday and Friday. So it would have to pretty much go in this Friday or following Tuesday. Supposed to go moose hunting, John. Tomorrow I'm supposed to leave. Tomorrow's my last day here, possibly here Wednesday.
Can't you prep it and just have it?
Well, that's what I was gonna try to do.
Just have them put it on Friday. If you're here tomorrow, and then
Well, it says at least 15 days, so if
You're
it's
gonna have
21 days,
15.
is that a big deal?
it's 15 minutes. So you pick
Like
up
if I
on
send it,
Friday,
if I send it tomorrow and on Friday, I mean, that's not far from 15 days, so it's gotta be done tomorrow.
Friday, it's gotta be done tomorrow. Right? And then you don't need to worry about it at all.
Right.
We take a bill.
so, we are reviewing the minutes.
Yeah, I move we accept these minutes. They look good.
I second.
Bye.
All right, any further discussion?
Mhm.
All right, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Abstentions, passes 4-0. Good, we have, placed on the agenda for the zoning administrator report, there is none unless you're. And you're,
Just that if you want to put it on the official, that Brian's, the new zoning board administrator,
Yeah,
Brian Weston.
but he wasn't able to make
has
it
he
tonight.
been,
He's appointed by the-
told that it's nice if the zoning administrator comes, it's not a requirement, but
I think he knows that, but he said he couldn't come tonight.
Yeah. didn't expect it
just-
to happen, yeah.
Yeah, that would be good if he came to at least a couple if the,
Yeah, yep, keep us up.
tell him what we
informed.
would like to. How we want to work with him and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, that's good that we actually have a replacement,
Yep.
that's not a lot of,
I know, available help.
turnaround time, it's a lot to learn.
Right.
Well, you already went out Tuesday.
Good.
The very next day.
Well, you know, his work as a
He
select,
knows,
his work as a select board and chair, is
He's
like where he
familiar with-
understands.
and he knows the land around here,
Yeah.
you
that's
know,
for sure.
and that's a big thing,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it'll take too long, it's this administrative stuff that
yeah.
he never thought he would ever have to do. And has all of it to do now.
And we are very thankful for that
Yeah.
immensely.
Well, I'm very thankful for what you do to.
Yes, me too.
Keep us going here. I have not heard from Emily. She was told to, that we would meet at 7. Let me just verify what I said in my last email. Yes, so this was,
Is that somebody, John, coming in?
That's my big feet.
Oh. I heard that.
No, flat. They don't carry a big stick.
No big stick.
Right.
Right, this table is in the middle.
This building is above
Actually putting
marble stuff.
thin on drawing, but I don't want the table.
October 16th is today, 7 PM. And I wrote that October 6th.
That whole office says go to the meeting, that's who doesn't go, I mean.
Well-
Barrier.
Maybe we should run.
Turn the lights out.
So she wrote October 13th, which was Friday. Just following up to confirm PC is 7 PM on Monday. If so, I will be in attendance. So there's no fault here. I think it's fair to assume that she had a
Yeah.
concern about COVID at the least. Um,
Which we
so I
appreciate.
think we can postpone that until the next meeting unless we find out that that's a date that she's not able to make it. And I don't think we're going to be too far out if we were to hold it in December with her.
Mm. It's just or pretty much informational right now, right? I mean,
Yeah, I think the most important thing is that a grant
right.
is needed and you have to get those grants in and
Yeah,
just need to know the timing of that.
get on the agenda for that. Or
And then
get-
this has a permit number in it somewhere. That's it. Do you think that's wastewater? There's no permit number.
I know.
This has happened a couple of times.
Well, they're gonna go back to the other form because she doesn't put any permit numbers in.
So the other form in
And
here,
so thus you don't have an inventory or an index of the
which
folder.
got some
of the
sort of
year.
like a record book. for
Yeah.
each of them.
2022 doesn't have an index, 2023 doesn't have an index, and we're saying, Brian, anytime you want,
I know.
we're
it's-
showing him what we did, and I said, I think you're gonna have to go back and assign permit
Numbers too, yeah, yeah.
so that there can be a reference to it. But we're going back to the old forms which have the permit number line. There's no permit number line on those that.
The new ones or?
Yeah.
no?
I
Yeah,
mean, that doesn't mean there shouldn't be a permit number.
All right, so I'm gonna leave
Should,
this
but
blank.
The permit number,
Probably the only thing we can do, right?
until we can write that in after Brian gives it one. I'll have him give it one. Because generally they're just sequential according to the year
Right.
chronology, and they don't have to be. That's just how they've been done.
that makes sense to do it that way, but
So. We'll have to add to this. Did you get this
Here's
out?
one. I did. That's one that he presented tonight,
Yeah, we only need to keep one of these in
Okay.
here. I don't know if everybody else wants to
and I can file
keep
that.
this for the minutes. And then, that's ready
I'll
to
put
go.
that
You'll take care of that. This is
Look at that.
done.
Look at that.
And I'm just gonna leave this here. 'cause it's convenient. We do a lot of signing around. here.
oh, boy.
Gotta be at least 5 times a year. Um,
To confirm the 6th, yeah. The 6th of November is the next meeting,
correct.
correct?
I still have nothing from her, so hopefully she's okay.
Hmm,
Okay. Anything-
right, yeah, Michael said he almost hit a deer on the way over, which,
Oh, my goodness, I think about them a lot
Yeah.
as the hunting season gets started, it'll be really bad. Okay, so I guess that would leave us just one final act.
who wants it?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Nice. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?